I'm Ben Sowders here at West Kentucky University in strength and conditioning. Today we're going to go over the technique and fundamentals of the power clean. And before we get into that, let's mention a few things that we want to talk about while we do the power clean. One is a triple extension movement, which works the hips, knees, and ankles. All right, it's a very explosive movement and a very powerful movement. All right, this lift demonstrates the ability to develop power. One thing that I firmly believe, no matter what sport you're training, is trained to be explosive. No matter what sport it is, I think you train all the sports the same, and that's to be explosive. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on into the power clean position. Here to help me today to perform and demonstrate the lifts is one of my co-workers, Brandon Brugger. First, we're going to start with the power clean, then we'll get into the hang clean. All right, now we're going to get into the power clean. All right, Brandon's going to perform the power clean for us. All right, first thing we're going to cover is we're going to cover our stance and our grip, okay? As we approach the bar, all right, notice that his stance, all right, his feet are underneath his hips, all right, where all our power is at. A common mistake we see is a wider stance, which enables us to lose power, all right? So notice his feet are under his hips, shoulder width apart, all right? He's going to squat down, all right, to grip the bar. Notice, all right, on the grip, you can use a regular grip or you can use a hook grip. This is what we refer to as a hook grip. All right, notice as he squats down, his butt's down, his back's flat, shoulders are back, his head's up. All right, he's going to fill up on air, congest those lungs, keep those abdominals tight, all right, to contract. All right, relax. All right, there's three phases that we get into talking about and dealing with the power clean. First is first pull. Second is a scoop. Third is a second pull. All right, the first pull, what we're talking about. All right, we're slowly pulling the bar from the floor, all right, to contract the hamstrings. All right, second pull is what we're doing, is we're throwing the hips into the bar to create momentum for our second pull, okay? Brandon's gonna demonstrate this for us. All right, now remember, on our first pull, we do not want to pull the bar violently. All right, it's to be a slow contraction, all right, as we get slightly above the knees, where our scoop comes to play in, where we're throwing our hips in for power, using that momentum in for our second pull, okay? Here we go. First pull, scoop, second pull, very nice. All right, notice his feet, all right, started in underneath his hips, where his power's at, and slightly shifted outwardly to catch the bar. All right, another thing that he did great was his catch. All right, his elbows were fast. All right, racking the bar on the front rear deltoids. Okay, we're going to perform that again. One more rep. Butts down, back flat, fill up on air. Good, very nice. All right, another option you have is power cleaning into a front squat. Okay, we're going to demonstrate that. We're going to go in to power cleaning, transitioning into a front squat, okay? Notice, he approaches the bar, feet are underneath his hips, wrists are curled, all right, keeping our arms straight to keep our power in, butts down, back's flat, head's up, shoulders are back. We're gonna fill up, all right, to keep those abdominals tight. First pull, scoop, second pull, racking the bar. Good. Notice some things that he did that most of our players don't do, all right? One is some guys lack to curl their wrist, all right? When our arms bend, we lose power. Another common mistake that a lot of our guys make is that in their starting position, they already start with their back rounded, okay? We never can do that. Another thing that we run into, all right, is letting the bar get outside of our framework where we also have no more power, all right? We want to keep it inside our framework to keep our power. And another most common things that we see with a lot of our guys is they land on their toes, all right, instead of landing on the heels. When we land on our toes, we have no power to drive that bar up, all right? We want to drive through the heels to drive that bar up, all right, to finish this explosive lift. The second thing we're going to get into today is a hang clean. It's a limited range of motion as far as dealing with the power clean, very explosive lift where we're firing the hips, wanting a fast bar to generate that force to distribute the weight. As we perform this lift, we want to approach the bar, come up to the bar. We want to be starting with our stance, all right, either hip We're shoulder width apart with our feet. Okay, we're gonna squat down, place the bar close to our shins, about an inch away from the shins. Okay, then we're gonna grip. Our grip is about shoulder width apart, curl. We want the wrist to be curled. All right, when our arms bend, we lose power. So we wanna keep our power by keeping the arms straight. We're gonna sink down. We want the butt to be down. We call this a flat back, shoulders back, chest up. What we tell our players is we always fill up on air to compress the lungs. All right, we'll go through first pull, scoop, and then second pull. All right, we're gonna start with the first pull. So he'll perform the first pull, scoop, which we call the double knee bend, and then second pull. All right, when we talk about the scoop, what we're doing is we're generating our hip power to give our momentum into our second pull. All right, so let's perform the lift. First pull, scoop, second pull, good. Notice that he racked the bar in the front of his front rear deltoids. All right, fast elbows. All right, we always want this to be a powerful and explosive lift. All right, so we're always wanting this to be moving the bar fast is what we say. All right, let's perform that one more time. Butt down, flat back, fill up, good. All right, notice, all right, he is performing the power clean into a catch phase. All right, we can also power clean into a front squat. All right, so let's do that. Good. All right, notice on all these lifts, some common errors that we see a lot with our players, okay, is in the starting position. We see a rounded back, okay? We want that back to be flat, butt down, okay? Another common mistake we see is we see the bar get too far out away from them, which orders them to limit their power. Third thing we always commonly see is arms bent. All right, by having our wrists curled, we're keeping the arms bent to keep our power within our framework. And lastly, one of the most common things that we see with our guys is they land on their toes instead of landing on the heels. That way we can land on the heels and have the ability to drive and use our power to drive the bar up, okay? We always want this to be a powerful and explosive lift, all right, with a fast bar. We always say a fast bar because if the bar's not moving fast, you're not being very explosive.